Greetings, welcome again to another segment of Qdoma TV. Now the subject we're going to get into today, we're going to talk about the human race. Yes, people, the main thing on this planet, the human race. Now before I go into anything else, there's one subject that really irks the hell out of me. Totally. You know, when you go to fill out an application, or any type of thing that you got to fill out, period. And they got this little thing down here, and they got down race. They got Latino, African descent, other, all this crazy stuff. I tell you, it's ridiculous. It's poppycock, literally. In my personal opinion, they should do away with that, really, because race, as far as as far as I'm concerned, does not refer to as far as like your cultural aspect. Race for me is human. That's right, people. Human. Yes. I've even taken it upon myself to break it down in simplest form where it makes sense. In one of my books, where I have basically put my own meaning in, for my own understanding, just for me. No, once again, these are my views only. You don't have to accept them as facts or whatever. Have to screaming and crying or whatever the case may be. Now, in one of my books, this is like what I put up. I put down, for human race should only refer to species, not color. Mind you, what I said, not color. It may be used to refer to higher-thinking mammals or air-breathing vertebrates. Yes, this is the way we're going. Which in turn refers to biological type or makeup that makes the species what it is. Not by race people. Not by color, mind you, not by color. As far as what it is. Now, as far as if you want to go into the ethnicity, this is what my meaning is for the way I put it, how I identify it. Ethnicity identifies those that have common heritage along with bloodlines or ancestry, and is not to be confused with race or gender. Yes, people. Once again, this is how it should be done. If you wanna put, classification down, put ethnicity down, or cultural background or something like that. Race should be eliminated totally out of the whole equation. Literally. Really be honest. I'm gonna say, really be honest. To be honest, really, it shouldn't even matter. As far as these applications and things you fill out. Who cares what your cultural background is? Who cares if you're, European, or you're Latino, or you're Mongolian? Don't get me wrong. It's cool to, find out, what someone's cultural background is. That's just the human nature to want to know these things. But I don't think it should play in a determination factor of whether or not you're getting a job or not. I think that's a little bit presumptuous and pretentious. I'm going to talk about something else, about human beings. What I find to be so funny about human beings. I was watching something. I don't know. It was years ago. It had something to do with Sinead O'Connor. The whole thing about her tearing up the picture of the Pope, national TV, and how it totally ruined her career. Now, it's funny how one person, just by tearing up a picture of someone, well, I guess, that has notoriety or whatever, such an outcry. But, the funny thing about it is, after it was all said and done, people were cracking about it. That's the funny thing about our race is, we're quick to throw the first stone or crucify somebody But, you know, the thing about it is, you know, oh, wait a month or two or whatever, you know, we're laughing about it, we're cracking about it. But, you know, keep in mind, we ain't not thinking about whose career that ruined, or, you know, or like, hey, that really kind of sucked, that, she got the bad end of that. Come on now, we're all people here. Why don't we just act like it? Not only that, when I thought about that, I said, I want to tell y'all something. You want me to tell you who the true enemy is? Look in the mirror. The true enemy is us. Yeah. I'm not going to point at no particular, figure or any president or, this, whatever the case may be. Yes, we are the true enemy on this planet. Why? I want to tell you why. We're the only creature on the planet that literally destroys everything we touch. I mean, literally. We pollute the environment. Beside having livestock and, hunting. I think we're the only species that sits there and hunt because we think it's fun. Or we hunt just because we can. We're the only species on this planet that sits there and kill each other. Over what? Nothing. Petty stuff. Just because of cultural differences. Oh, it's basically like, you got a blue hat and I got a red hat. My red hat is better than your blue hat. If you say otherwise, you're gone. Plain and simple, you gone. Or, you got people want to play the religion game. Well, my question is, do you believe in God? Yeah, I believe in God. Do you believe in my God? Nope, you're dead. You're gone. Like, okay, that kind of stuff is just pure stupidity. Literally. Or, here's one of the most common ones that I really like is, you don't look like me, so you gotta go. Why? Because you don't look like me. That's a real funny one right there. Because, if you take all the DNA of all the people on the planet and you sit there and you analyze it, you will find out indisputably that we are all human. Yes, we are all human. Big surprise. Yes, we are human. I'm not counting monkeys and, apes, all that junk right there. I'm not a really big fan of the whole, Darwin thing. I think there's some big time flaws in that. We're not going to go into that. As people, I really do think we are a little bit too smart for our own good, as always. Some things should be left alone. We poke around too much with stuff. I'm going to tell you something. I love physics. Michio Kaku, you're cool. You're awesome. I don't have no problem with you at all. Stephen Hawking, you're cool. Even though, despite, church probably not loving you now, and since you done that book, The Grand Design, and, right now, your name is probably mud, and they probably would like to see your ass on a claws burning right now. But just to let you know, I still love you. You're still cool in my thing, But that's me. Once again, I'm still local heretic all the way, any dang on way. What I'm saying is sometimes people just go a little too far. They try to explain everything. They want to look so far. They want the existence of everything. Like, hey, it's going to end this way. What was before this? What was before existence? After a while, you get to ask yourself, like, how much can you know? After a while when it just becomes just like, you just don't know anymore. It's just like, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if it's from a science perspective or if it's like people that's just playing the guessing game. Either way, the capacity for us to understand, we can only but know so much. Because we're human beings and, we're curious and we like to sit there and we like to get into stuff. It's that, that just seems like our nature with things, unfortunately. I don't know. It's just things like when everything seems like it's okay, we find ourselves thrown into the heat of conflict always. It's like, everything is okay, all peace, and then, something little, something small comes up, and, once again you're thrown, it's like someone took you hostage and threw your ass in the daggone time machine and took you back to the 1800s again. Or back to the, back to the time of the, I don't know, when you had the witch trials. It amazes me how we instantly go ass backwards. Every now and then, whether you look at the, media, if you look at the newspaper, that junk is retarded. Absolutely retarded. I just sit back, I just like, I said, wow, like, why did he do this again? I don't know, there was a situation where some guy, he broke into a network or something. And, he was saying something about, he wanted to, blow up the page or kill the people because he thought they was doing something wrong. Who does that? Really? I cracked on it and I said, well, was he white? Okay, yeah, yeah, I love you white people, but some of y'all are just not wrapped too tight. I say this about any race, mind you. Some of y'all are just nuts. Literally. Mind you, I'm trying to scratch the word race out of my head. I'm still trying to deprogram myself from that. I should have said, just to break it down, I should have just said, cultural or ethnic person, whatever. I don't know. Forget it. Anyway, but like I said, going back to that, this junk is just crazy. With some of the stuff that we come up with. Really. And, it makes me wonder, what would another, I guess the best way to say this, if another race, I'll say another race, and when I say another race, we're the human race. What if an alien race came down? What do you think would happen? Really? Some people think it would be what happened when Columbus, so-called, that fake ass history, the discovery of America or whatever, it didn't turn out too well. Now did it? Native Americans, they got it good. Don't get me wrong. Custer felt it. He felt it big time. Out of sympathies, for his horse, they let the horse go. But Custer, he was spread all over the place like a busted cookie. Never to be found again. So, I had more sympathy for the animals versus the humans. If human beings, if it is their destiny to be exterminated off the planet permanently, hey, what can I say? All I can say is, as far as like everything we got, and if such a thing ever came to mind, the only thing I can say is, we only got ourselves to blame. It's our own stupidity that led to it. It's like sitting there watching a car crash, or another terminology I like to use, a wing dozer. Someone that is one way to look at it, what a wing dozer would be, someone that's asleep in an airplane. And basically the airplane is going. I'm going to tell you, it's failure. But, I'm gonna let this sink in for a little bit. I ran my mouth for I don't know how long. And, I look forward to questions and comments on this subject about humanity. Do you think humanity, should survive and prosper? Do you think humanity should be exterminated off the face of the earth? Because we don't know what we have and we don't appreciate the planet that we're on. These and questions and others, I would love to, hear your input on. Now, me, like I said, I'm kind of half and half on it. I'm more for the animals. I like human beings. You know, but you know, human beings, they can be really douchebags. So, you know, peace out, people.